Guys, so it's been a while since I've streamed anything. And knee surgery, kind of out of it too. Was on Percocet for a while, all that fun stuff. So finally back. We're gonna do a trail stream. Still kind of on Percocet, still recovering. So nothing too crazy, nothing too much I can think about. We got Madden tomorrow, which we will be streaming tomorrow. I'll be starting a franchise. You'll have to join us. I might have a new franchise format for YouTube as well. So we'll have to check out that portion. And I'm going to try to edit more of our Cubs franchise. Put out an episode yesterday out on YouTube. So that will be pretty nice to watch. I'm going to be hammering that one because I did actually get to the end of the season. No hints what's going on. Obviously, we were doing pretty good. Actually, we weren't doing pretty good at the start of the season. I think if only out to the first month on the franchise, but I ended up playing a couple of them. And I think I had accidentally messed up on one of the home run derby portions. We didn't have anyone in it last year, and I did not fast forward to see who won it. So we're going to push through and see what this one's all about. So I did do something stupid with this franchise as well. I forgot to save it. So if I open this one up, strawberry kiwi energy, all natural thing, trying it for the first time. But I messed it up. Did not save. So I did look back at some of the video and did some of the key trades I did. So the Manny Machado trade, I got the same thing. Some of the Bunny trades, I got that. So we'll look at the roster. Actually, the lineup first, and then we'll point out a couple guys in the roster. I did draft Rick Rolls. I had to. It was Rick Rolls. I mean, come on. So we still have him on the team. We definitely did not forget about him. Best guy in the draft. Best guy. But I did a little bit differently with him and kept him in the minors longer. We've made some other changes. So let's look at the lineup. Mancini's still here. Almora, Shoop, Rizzo. I did trade for JT Realmuto. So he's 29. His potential's going down. I think it was a B. Now it's a C. Looking like it's going down. Someone that could really just be a solid player catcher because we're having an issue. And Susak's still up here. And one thing I did with this was down at AAA, I kept down at AA. I actually believe he is on. He might be in the disabled list. No, actually, maybe he was a draft pick. But for catcher, let's just go to the roster like this. Starting pitchers, I did trade for Jameson Taillon from the Pirates. 28 years old, A potential. That rating is going up further. I think it was a pretty nice guy to pick up. I picked him up this year, in year 3. Aaron Nola, still have him, traded for him. Chad Kuhl, I traded for him as well. Vince Velasquez. I got him from the Phillies from a trade from them. I don't remember who was else in that package, but I traded for him last year. I think I got him with the package with Aaron Nola, and I gave up Bunty and one of the relievers, I think. And Robert, I got something I got from the Mets. So that one was a part of the trade with one of the starters. Geisen, maybe? We have Jason Lake, who hasn't hit the majors last year for us. I don't think he's a long-term player in the franchise. I think he came from the Phillies as well. Vargas is internally one of ours. Anthony Rosado is internally one of ours as well for Baltimore. And in 2020, came into a good amount of games and has actually won a lot of games here. So he's a guy that's on the upward swing. Asher, Justin Rosano, Rick Rolls, who's down at AA, and I think we're going to keep him at AA for one more year. There's not really a pressure to bring him up to the majors. Our rotation is pretty young, and so there's no reason to bring him up fast. Randy Rosario's from the Cubs. He's slowly going up. He's at AAA right now, pitching pretty good for AAA, I believe. Actually, he was at Minnesota for a little bit. And then Lon Gehrig, which I think was pretty cool. You can have a little storyline that he's the great-grandson of Lou Gehrig. But pitching out here, he is rising slowly. See, overall, he only is 20. We have him down in AA in the bullpen. Relief pitcher, still have Givens. Paul Siebel, we got in a trade. Who was it with? The Mets. I think that was the one with Geiselman. Kenny Champion, we drafted him again, and I kept him in AAA a little bit longer. So when he came up, he was high 70s, and he's been climbing ever since. Pretty good thought there, at least. Calero, that's another draft pick. Castro, got him from the Blue Jays. I think that was in a trade, though, with Colorado. I think it was, maybe. Johnny Knapp, Tiro, Marshall's another trade that I ended up plucking him up for. He's a D and he's going down. We might look at him to trade. Gutierrez, Batista, Haas, Kenny, another Batista, Kobayashi, and Kaito. So nothing really big other than Tim Haas. He's 30, rising a little bit, but he's not going to be young enough to hit the majors, I don't think. Closing. We did trade for Jerry's Familia from the Mets. I think who was he on? Yeah, he was on the Mets. So, brought him in. It's pretty nice. Hector Neris. I like Hector. He's been pretty good for my Cubs franchise. As well, later on, I do make a trade in the next episode, I think, for him. So he's pretty good. I like him. Perez, which is on the roster already, and Gonzalez. Catcher, so JT Realmuto is here. Cardino is maybe the A1 that I was thinking about. That was really weird. So maybe it was a draft pick. Susak's down here. Mark Wilson is up here as the A at 21. So these two were going to end up being the tag team at the majors eventually. I'll pull up Wilson probably next year. And Susak's on his last year of his contract, I think. Let's look at this from the... What is this from the... It's only in the trade portion. Damn, you can see that. Wish I could see when his contract's up. But ultimately, it's going to be Wilson and Zamora handling the 1-2 duo up in the majors. It'd be nice. I like to have two catchers. And then maybe a third reserve that's a player, which is pretty nice. First, still Rizzo. Cardenas is slowly coming up. He's a 69. He's in the C. So I think he'll rise up to probably a B if he keeps on doing his ways. He's up at the majors and increasing, which is pretty nice to see. Mainly because his clutch is pretty high. And his discipline is about a little above average. He's probably having a good, and his vision's above average, so that's probably why he's doing such a good job. Other than that, only it's Brandano over here, so not a lot of depth at first. Second, it's Shoop, he's 28, who has that nailed down, but no one over here. Lane's doing pretty good, but I don't think he's going to rise all that much. He might. He's starting a downward turn because of his potential. Over at third, between Arnaz and Davis. Arnaz is 19, has good contact skills, but right now, that power against righties is biggest against Chris Davis. So these are pretty much the two that are flipping off. We do have Tommy Davis that's on the rise. I think he's going to be rising when we end up getting rid of Chris Davis. And ultimately, he might be able to take it off. He might be taking over the show. See, Arnaz are both good contact hitters, so we'll see. Amani Diaz still over at short. Sardinas is at AAA. Hartfield and Beach. Beach, another guy I think we did draft last year. So he's coming up. Not a lot of power though, but looking pretty good. He might spend another year or two down at double A before he comes out to triple. Left field, Mancini's still up here. He's 28. McKenzie's also up here in the MLB. Not really, it's stagnating for the most part, but other than that, it's Park down here on a cold streak, slowly rising. I don't think he's going to gain fast enough to come up in the majors. Center field, we have Almora out here. No one else is up in the majors. Anderson at 20 is at 55. He's an A, and he's rocketing up very quickly in the ratings. Right field, Ancio Garcia, which we did trade for from the White Sox. So good contact. Power is all right, but he's starting to go down better against lefties. And Casado, 26C. It just needs to go. He needs to come into his own. And so that is our roster. We have holes that are covered right now, but things like right field need a boost. Things like maybe short. Third will be fine in the future if Arnaz can get on fire. Shoot, I think he'll move up to in the 90s because he is going up massively. Look at that power versus righties, +5. So I think he's going to end up being an A potential guy. Rizzo is staying high. He's 30, which is nice to see. That'll limit any exposure we have at first. And then Wilson's going up pretty fast, especially that discipline. So he is on the 40-man, so. And then pitching, I think we're pretty solid. Gieselin, he's slowly going up. Velasquez slowly going up besides hits. Cool's going up pretty good. I don't think he'll reach that A potential. Nola's going up slowly, but he's only 26. Italian's going up pretty good, and he's up in the 90s. I think he was a B when he joined us. So, we're pretty good. On our 40-man, we are at 40. So, where are we at in the season? Remember I stopped at the All-Star break this past in third year. So I ended up stopping as well at the All-Star break, I believe. Where is the standings? That's how standing goes. We're 7 behind the Yankees. So I don't think we're going to catch that. When the Wild Card, we're only 2.5 behind. The Royals are in the same division. The Astros and the Angels are in a different. And the Mariners and the Rangers are in a different. I think we're in the same one as Texas. No, we're not. So we're tied with the Red Sox. We need to keep on rolling. And we need to beat the teams in the wild card. But we could go on a run against the Yankees. The Yankees are pretty stacked. So, we'll have to see. Top prospects. Mark Wilson at center. Rick Rolls the pitcher. You see a lot of Phillies on here. Not a lot of Yankees, which is weird. I normally see a lot of Yankees. Terrence Anderson, who's at 55 but an A. Has some good potential. And that's it. So we have 3 out of the top 50 in different positions, which is nice. We're at the All-Star break, correct? Yes, we are. We're in a home run derby phase. Let's look at the All-Star voting. At starters, we don't have anyone up here. Yeah, Arrieta's on the Astros, so we're doing great. Yeah, we don't have anyone up here. Aaron Nola is nearest one, 7-5. Relief. No one up here. The closing. Jeurys Familia's right here. At catcher. Realmuto's down here, but I just traded for him a bit ago. Rizzo is top runner at first. Shoop's at second. He's the second guy here behind Jose Altuve. At third, we have nothing up in the top. Short, nothing up at the top. Almeida's is about 10. Is that 10? Yeah, it's 10. Bottom is 10. At left field, we have no one here. This is the A's Chris Davis. At center, nothing here. Almora's not up here. On right, nothing here as well. And we reverse around. Let's look at the awards. Most valuable player, Aaron Judge is up there. He's won it the last 2 years. Cy Young, Chris Archer, Rosias, and Pineda. Okay. Batting title, Rizzo is third right now. Reliever goes to Andrew Miller, who's over at the Yankees. That's why they're so good. Andrew Miller's over there making saves. Rookie, I think Gary Norman and Franco. We don't have any rookies playing, I think. Hank Aaron Award, the best average. Rizzo is second. So Rizzo's having a good year for us. And then going to the Gold Gloves, JT Realmuto is at center right now, or at catcher center. It's a catcher. Rizzo's won it the past 2 years over at first. Shoop won it last year, and he's in the lead this year. Chris Davis in the lead this year. He won it in 2018. Machado's over at Tampa Bay. We did not trade him to Tampa Bay. We traded him to Chicago, so Chicago couldn't retain him. On left field, Almora's in center. So it'd be a nice boost if he can actually win this. Right field, and then DH. Stanton went over. We use the standard roster, obviously. So Stanton's on the Yanks. Looking at Silver Slugger, Rizzo's got first. Encarnacion barely beat Rizzo last year, but he's trying to take it off this year. Shoop was barely beaten out by Odor, and Odor's in second. But right now it looks like if he keeps on going, Shoop might have first. Bregman over at third. Lindor short. Outfield, we have no one. And going to the postseason. So the awards are pretty much straightforward. Going through the guys of the month, I don't think we have any. And so let's get this going. How we finished last year was 85 and 77, so a lot better than we did actually. And then, last year, 2018, we're 79 and 83, so about the same. So our job security is good. We just need to be over 500. So, yeah, training's all automatic, and let's see who's in the home run derby. We don't have any. Okay, I might have to look at this. Oh, you know what? Rizzo has 23. So we are participating in that. Wish we could see who won there. And we're just going to skip through and go through this whole thing. Phillies want to trade. They want to send me back Gabriel Anya. Did I have him before? I did, in 2017. You're funny. You want to send me back, and you want to take Rosario and David Ramirez. He's 1-8 with a 4.39 ERA. Yeah, I'm good. Especially when you want me to give up. Justin Rosario is a C, and he's 19, and he's still increasing. And then Ramirez, who's 22, and 69 overall, and is increasing. Now I'm good. Put him on a 10-day. Okay, we have Nola going against James Tomolo. So in this franchise, I actually didn't
Happy
use
Friday,
Tomolo.
baseball fans. Welcome to Inside the Show. In the National League Central,
franchise,
the Pittsburgh Pirates totaled 13
some.
hits as a team as they got the best of the Brewers at
So
home.
you have some guys we
7-4.
do want to trade.
And that's the show. Thanks for listening in. I'll be back tomorrow with more news and updates from around the majors.
Lake is in his final year. And honestly, I don't think we're going to keep him. We'll see what we can get with him. Asher's always been a trade bait as well. So let's see what we can get with these guys. See MLB ready, and let's see non-MLB ready. This guy, you know. Trying to make a run here. Alexander Marshall. Let's give Marshall and Lake. Or Marshall. You know what? Let's bring up Wilson. Yeah, if he was... it doesn't help me. Connell, that doesn't help me either. Got a Renter and Murphy. Those don't help me. Minor doesn't either. Now Hand. That's interesting. That's interesting as well. Cishek was 30 and Franco, who's 71. That's interesting as well. On why you would give me that. Probably a dump. Let's look at our bullpen first off. Maybe we don't trade anyone. Rosario's up here, but he's doing great, right? Yeah. Seawold's 6-1. Valerio's doing great. He's only 23. Champion's up here. He's 19. He's pitching with 3.15. Gibbons has been slacking a little bit. Narias has been alright. Amelia has been pretty average to himself, I think. No, he hasn't. He's kind of bumped around. One season high, one season low, one season high, one season low. I think I'm good with my bullpen, really. I'm in the high portion. Maybe we trade Gieselman. Let's see what we can get for him first. And Chavez. Why would I do this? $24. It was just 29. Should I add another arm? McKenzie's up here for left. Thing is,